free. But wait, this thing is on. Thank you, Harv. Cheers, Jer. Hello, good afternoon. Let me get into character here. Tuesday, 20th of February 2018, and live till 5. It's the big show. Hello.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
This is a real whistler in here. We think it might be a synth. See what you think. No Roger Whittaker. Good old reference. Yeah, Tuesday afternoon, Radio 2. Big show on the air. Steve.Wright at bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. If you want to kind of get on, know what I mean?
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio 2.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The Big Show.
Hands up for the curling. Come on. It's great, isn't it? I love the curling. What else? Hands up if you use the expression GOAT, meaning the greatest of all time. It's a good expression. And hands out, most of all, if you hate self-checkout. I'm not going to do it. bloke comes over anyway when you break it, or it won't accept your money. Self-checkout, forget about it.
I'm on. Yeah. But I tried to tell you so. Yes, I did. But I guess you didn't know. As I said, the story goes. Baby, now I got the flow. 'Cause I know it from the start. Baby, when you broke my heart, that I had to come again. I will show you that I'd win. You lied to me. All those times I said that I love you. You lied to me. Yes, I tried. Yes, I tried. You lied to me. Even though you knew I'd die for you. You lied to me. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried. Return up the man. Return up the man. Come on. Return up the man. Oh my God. You know that I've been there. Here I am. Return up the man. Once again. Return up the man. Up off the world. Return up the man. Watch my flow. You know that I've been there. Here I go. So I'm back up in the game. Running things to keep my swing. Letting all the people know that I'm back to rock the show. 'Cause what you did, you know was wrong. And all the nasty things you done. So baby, listen carefully while I sing my comeback song. You lied to me. She said she'd never turn on me. You lied to me. But you did. But you did. You lied to me. All this pain you said I'd never feel. You lied to me. But I do. Return up the man. Return up the man. Hold on. Return up the man. Don't you know? You know that I've been there. Here I go. Return up the man. Oh little girl. Return up the man. What's my pearl? Return up the man. Up and down. You know that I've been there. Round and round.
Mark, stop lying about your big break.
You lied to me. She said she'd never turn on me. You lied to me. But you did. But you did. You lied to me. All this pain you said I'd never feel. You lied to me. But I do. Return.
Good afternoon from London. This is BBC Radio 2. You can email steve.wright at bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 to make contact. And tweet us at BBC Radio 2. I've got the weather for you.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
It says cloudy in the southeast with heavy rain and drizzle around East Anglia and Dover. Dry and bright for the rest of the UK with plenty of sunshine and a cool breeze. High of 10 in Newport. Tonight, Tuesday night, cold and frosty in Scotland and Northern Ireland. Not as cold elsewhere, but with more patchy light rain in the southeast of England. Tomorrow, that'll be Wednesday. Mostly dry with plenty of sunshine in Scotland and Northern Ireland. Cloudy across Wales and England with some light showers. That's tomorrow. Back to today, lights on tonight. Sunset tonight in Fort William is 5:43. In Belfast, 5:42. In Leicester, it's 5:26. And Truro, 5:47.
Hi, it's me, Jeremy Vine. Sorry about these new contact details. Email us at jade.thieves.duck with a crooked bill 2463. That's too many bricks. Don't pluck your eyebrows. 2463.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. And I was running from my brother and his friends. And tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at smoking hand-rolled cigarettes. Running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, and when we got paid, we'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. One friend left to sell clothes. One works down by the coast. One had 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on his second wife. One's just barely getting by. But these people raised me, and I can't wait to go home. And I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answer.
Ed Sheeran.
Mr. Way,
Have you seen Ed Sheeran's Carpool Karaoke? Brilliant.
it's real. We watched
Check it out, it's on there on YouTube.
over the castle on the hill. Over.
Yes, what is it?
This is your president. It's freezing cold, isn't
Yeah.
it? I keep ants under my hair. They keep me so warm.
There's just 2 days left until entries for this year's 500 words are closed. Time is running out to be part of this magical tale. If you want to be there to watch amazing pop stars perform on stage, have your story read by a superstar narrator at a live extravaganza at Hampton Court Palace, enjoy a truly scrumptious tea on the Thames aboard Her Majesty the Queen's row barge, and take a ride in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, then get writing. For your chance to be a story writing wizard and win this awesome prize, don't be beaten by the deadline. You have to enter by 7 p.m. on Thursday. Go to bbc.co.uk/500 words to find out exactly how to enter.
Let your imagination run wild.
Cheers, bro.
Excuse me, does anybody know what's going on?
Well, here's a clue as to who's on later.
Them again like a old jump on some boy run with from boy. I seen foundation, hold them again strong. Respect Joe. It's Mr. Rodigan because you don't know. So watch another boy, I can't take your speed.
A boy's born in hot time, Mississippi, surrounded by 4 walls that ain't so pretty. His parents give him love and affection to keep him strong, moving in the right direction, living just
for the city.
BBC Radio 2 plays Stevie Wonder, Living for the City. We're going to do You Can Do Magic America, then we'll come back and tell you who's on.
Things that I couldn't see. I said if I can't feel it, then how could it be? No magic could happen to me. And then I saw you, I couldn't believe it. You took my heart, I couldn't retrieve it. Said to myself, what's it all about? Now I know there can be no doubt. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire, magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay. On the window pane, and when the night it gets so cold, when I can't sleep, again you come to me. I hold you tight and the rain disappears. Who would believe it? With a word you dry my tears. You can do magic. You can have that you desire, magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay. And if I wanted to, I could never be free. I never believed it was true, but now it's so clear to me. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire, magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can.
This is Steve Wright in the afternoon on the BBC. America, You Can Do Magic at Radio 2. I got 2:24, so who's on then? Well, Alison Janney today, Best Supporting Actress winner at Sunday's BAFTAs and star of I, Tonya, of course. Alison Janney, Tara Westover, author of a coming-of-age memoir called Educated. And Rodigan, David Rodigan, legendary DJ with a brand new autobiography in paperback now, My Life in Reggae. It's Rodders. There's Tim Smith, Jay Neely Grace, Bobby Pryor, Harvey Cook, Matt the Sports Guy, and the oldies chosen by Paul Gridley in Margate. There's your emails, texts and tweets, social media, news from the net and the showbiz. Too exciting?
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
A singer, a songwriter, an actor, and a multi-Grammy Award winner.
It's great to see you all and to be here. Unchain my heart.
Gregory Porter is one of the most successful jazz artists of his generation. And on Friday, BBC Radio 2 presents Gregory Porter performing many of his favourite songs
with the wonderful BBC Concert Orchestra and the BBC Big Band.
Alongside alongside Imelda May and Tony Monreal. Gregory Porter and Friends.
Thank you.
Friday night from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
Greetings, salut Thomas. It's Jeremy Vine. Call me on 0206 743. Peel off the vouchers. Nothing to pay till 2022 at JVine. Press 1 to see Gary Oldman as Churchill. 3 to watch Meryl in the Post. And 4 if you want fries with that. Call me or watch the podcast Jeremy Vine at 474221666. tearyourhairout.com.
We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. I just heard you found the one you've been looking for. I wish I would have known that wasn't me. 'Cause even after all this time I still wonder why I can't move on just the way you did so easily. Don't wanna know the kind of dress you're wearing tonight, if he's holding on to you so tight, the way I did before. I overdosed, should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do.
I just hope you're lying next to somebody who knows how to love you like me. There must be a good reason that you're gone. Every now and then I think you might want me to come show up at your door, but I'm just too afraid that I'll be wrong. Don't wanna know if you're looking into her eyes, if she's holding on to you so tight, the way I did before. I overdosed, should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame
that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Oh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. Dress you're wearing tonight.
Charlie Puth, Selena Gomez. We don't talk anymore. In the news, Oxfam's chief executive Mark Goldring has said he's sorry for the damage the charity has done to the people of Haiti and the wider efforts of aid workers. KFC has closed more of its outlets in the UK after delivery problems meant it ran out of chicken. And Britain will not be plunged into a Mad Max-style world, borrowed from dystopian fiction after it leaves the EU, the Brexit secretary has said today. Alison Janney, Tara Westover, David Rodigan with us later. Can you give a shout out to my lovely boyfriend Damien, 49 today and heading back from a fab weekend in Tintagel? And can you give a shout out to my girlfriend Claire Berry before she leaves her office at 3? She's the love of my life and I love her very much. Thanks, man. Neil Samuels in Yateley, you got it.
Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore.
Yeah, I'm a fighter and I made it through. Solid gold survival, that's my attitude. But I didn't know I had to be your hero. Baby, don't ask me to be strong for you as well. Pushed off the
do some factoids. Shall I start off?
Right.
Okay.
Go on then, get on with it.
Okay. Drop £10 just by sipping coffee. Research shows that drinking 8 ounces of coffee can increase your metabolism by as much as 4% over 2.5 hours. Keeping a gentle buzz going translates to burning an extra 100 calories a day, which equates to losing £10 a year. I think that's just so unlikely. Sounds like nonsense to me.
The hyoid bone in your throat is the only jointless bone in the body. It's not attached to any other bone.
And Janie.
84% of us say that we plan to take part in a physical challenge for a good cause. That's over the next 12 months. And 62% say that we feel more charitable than we did 5 years ago.
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
You know Edinburgh?
I do.
Do I love it?
Edinburgh Castle is built on the site of an extinct volcano. Edinburgh's Royal Mile is actually 1 mile, 107 yards. And Edinburgh was the first city in the world to have its own fire brigade.
Brilliant.
Factoids.
This is Radio 2. That's Blondie, Heart of Glass, 21 minutes to 3 in Great Britain. Can we have a shout out for Katie and Matthew finally moving into their new house, and for Mum and Dad who are driving a van load of furniture from Anglesey to London and are only a third of the way there? Oh no. Thanks to Mike for helping us load up. That's Anne and Steve Coombs. Today is the World Day of Social Justice. The final round of voting opens for the Oscars today. Also, Venezuela launches its own cryptocurrency today called the Petro. The Camera Champion Winter Beer of Britain is announced in Norwich later. Penn Literary Awards winners are announced in New York, and the Costume Designers Guild Awards, Beverly Hills, California. In the football tonight, Chelsea play Bath in the Champions League. London Fashion Week continues. The Caravan Camping and Motorhome Show is on at the NEC in Birmingham. The DICE, D-I-C-E Summit in Las Vegas. For the interactive entertainment software business, DICE stands for Design, Innovative, Communicate and Entertain. The 38th Fantasporto International Movie Festival just got started, showing fantasy, sci-fi and horror films. That's in Portugal. And happy birthday, Rihanna. Here we are with Rihanna.
Just yesterday I got 2 Oyster cards on the same day. day.
Wow.
Both gifts.
So
and I went underground a couple nights ago.
Why do you do? Is it because you use the subway in New York and you just got used to it, or is it?
No, because the traffic to the O2 is always a nightmare.
You know, you can get a boat as well.
Yeah, I know. I do that sometimes, but that's still longer than the tube.
I think it's great because that means that you're still an ordinary person, don't you think?
Thank you.
When I was you, all I get is wild thoughts.
Happy birthday, Rihanna. That's us with Riri. And now here's Janie Lee Grace. What you got?
You mustn't be a clock watcher. That's if you want to get to sleep. They say that if it takes you a long time to get to sleep, or if you wake in the middle of the night, you mustn't look at the clock to see what time it is.
I always do.
Yeah, we naturally do, don't we? But it says here it increases anxiety and releases adrenaline, which will stop you sleeping. This is according to a sleep psychologist. And she says if you worry, you feel anxious about falling asleep, it's the worst thing you can do to look at the clock.
Because it compounds, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also you mustn't have a clock that emits light. You mustn't have that in your room. You've got to be really careful with light because that will disturb sleep. So what you need is just literally an old-fashioned alarm clock, not one that glows, with like a digital lit display. Also, the other thing she says, actually, we need to rethink this whole thing about sleeping well because we're not meant to sleep for a solid 8 hours. Sleep is naturally broken in cycles. And we all think that, I've had a terrible night's sleep because I woke up. That's entirely natural, according to this sleep psychologist.
This is the most shocking thing you've ever said.
No, it isn't. I said it once before, years ago.
Did you?
When my kids were, little, and of course you never get any sleep and you're up and down constantly. I did quite a lot of research into this, and I found it really fascinating that in other cultures they always say it's perfectly normal to wake up. Well, not necessarily that during the day, but that probably too. But in the middle of the night, to wake up, make a joke with somebody else, go back to sleep.
Yeah.
You aren't meant to be solidly flat out hoping for the best because it's not natural.
And if there's nobody in the room, you make a joke with yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure you might laugh at your own.
It's true, though. I read something about this recently. In the olden days, they used to get up and do things in the middle of the night. They'd have a party, they'd make a cup of tea, make some soup or something, go for a run, come back. Well, not quite that far, but they used to get up and do things, then go back to bed. As for an old-style alarm clock, do not put one of those anywhere near me. I cannot the ticking goes through your head. It drives you...
Get one that doesn't make a loud ticking then, or get used to it. It's much better than having your phone.
I know what you're saying about the amount of sleep, but my clocks don't light up in the night, so I don't know what time it is. So if I do wake up, I have to check the clocks, and I put the light on and everything, which is no good. And then also, I've got an internet radio that's sometimes on, and I can't get the backlight off. So I've got a double trouble there. Anyway, Alison Janney with us later, Best Supporting Actress, winner at Sunday's BAFTAs and star of I, Tonya. Tara Westover, author of the coming-of-age memoir, Educated. Really interesting story. And Rodigan, legendary DJ with a new autobiography, My Life in Reggae.
What you gonna do when Sherry John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do, what you gonna do? Yeah, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on that one, you chuck it on this one, you chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father, you chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister, you chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now give you no break. Police now give you no break. That old soldier man I give you no break. Not even your eyes now give you no breaks. Hey, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? love of a father. Reflection comes and reflection goes. I know sometimes you wanna let go. Hey, 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 I know sometimes you wanna let go. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You're too bad, you're too rude.
Theme from Cops.
You're too bad,
Cops.
you're too rude.
Filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
In a circle, Rodigan on with us later. Bad boys.
You chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father. You chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister. You chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Awesome.
BBC Radio 2.
Now, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. M62, eastbound, 24, but Ainley Top, 25, Breakhouse. We had 3 lanes closed with an accident. All lanes are now open. Still big delays, though. Back to 22. Becky's dad and everyone else, thank you for your updates. Traffic is moving. Also, I'm just looking at the Woodhead Pass, the A628. There's a little bit of extra traffic on that as well. I think people are trying to avoid the queues on the 62. But that's not moving too badly. M6, now on the southbound side, between 19 and 18, there was an accident much earlier. Most of the congestion went through. There is some stop-start traffic kind of in broken queues heading down there. It's not going to cause you too much of a problem. If it slows up for half a mile, don't worry. You'll get going again and then slow down again. The M1 on the northbound side, 23 to 24, up towards East Midlands Airport. Accident in the roadworks. A lane is closed. M25 clockwise, 27 to 28. Still one lane shut towards the A12, the Brook Street roundabout, following this earlier accident. So still queues back past the M11. The M20, now the eastbound entry slip road has a lane closed for emergency repairs at junction 9 for the A20 Ashford and Faversham. A13 eastbound at Basildon, we've got it blocked completely. This is at the A176, 5 bells at interchange between there and the Pitsea flyover. So A13 eastbound blocked towards the Pitsea flyover, and that's because of roadworks. And finally, A14, this has just come in, just near the Catthorpe interchange. So the A14 on the westbound side, there's a bump and it's slowing traffic getting onto the motorways. Back with more, 40 minutes.
All right, thank you, Bobster. Simon is with Lenny James tonight from The Walking Dead, a new project for Lenny. Jamie Cullum. Jamie plays an hour of his favourite jazz, of course, at 7 o'clock. Joe Wiley Joe's vinyl revival this week is There's a Right Going On by Sly and the Family Stone. That one's at 8. Here comes JT and Chris Stapleton.
Everyone knows all about my direction, and in my heart somewhere I wanna go there, still I don't go there. Everybody says say something, say something, say something, say something, say something, say something. I don't wanna get caught up in the rhythm of it, but I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. No, no. Caught up in the middle of it. No, I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. No, no, no. Caught up in the rhythm of it. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't have. Looking for something I can't have. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't have. Everyone knows all about my transgression. Still in my heart somewhere, there's melody and harmony for you and me tonight. I hear them call my name. Everybody says say something, say something, say something, say something, say
some more news here. As you know, KFC have had a few problems. KFC have now closed more of its outlets in the UK after delivery problems meant it ran out of chicken. Its website shows that 575 of the fast food chain's 900 outlets in the UK and the Republic of Ireland were shut as of 9 o'clock last night. We'll let you know when they reopen.
I go to an Italian restaurant and say there's no pasta. Sorry, no pasta here. I mean, that's an incredible story. That.
I know. One of Britain's biggest electronic retailers is in talks with potential buyers amid reports it's seeking to head off a threat of administration. Maplin is the name of the company in many high streets. HSBC has posted a pre-tax profit of $17.2 billion. That's around £12.3 billion, saying its focus on Asia was driving growth. If you're interested, they've got, I think it's about the third one. It might be the last one. A great show called Flat Pack Empire. It's over on BBC Two. It's about IKEA, and its creative director, Mia Lundström, takes on the challenge of expansion into India in the episode tonight. Before that, the Winter Olympics today at the Games at 7 p.m. That's on BBC Two. You may have seen the Mary Berry thing earlier on. She blasts food fads. Mary Berry has blasted celebrity food fads such as spreading avocado on toast. The former, I don't know. Bake Off judge declared it's very fashionable, but it isn't one of the nicest things to do with them. Also, she's talking about having food on slates. This is one of my bugbears as well, because I really don't like fish and chips brought out. You know, you go to a restaurant or something, it's a bit fancy or it's a bit cool, and they bring out fish and chips or other foods on kind of a piece of wood. Now, I really want it on a plate.
No, I don't mind that. I don't mind a kind of nicely fashioned bit of wood with a few sort of bits of sushi or something on, and a slate. Now, I'm a sucker for a slate.
Well, are you really? Well, the other thing that they do on the piece of wood is they put pretend newspaper. You ever seen that?
Oh, for the fish and chips.
They put the chips in like a little bucket, don't they?
Yeah.
And then that's got some pretend newspaper in it. Yeah.
I don't want it in a bucket. I want it on the plate and then in my mouth.
Do you remember in the old days, you used to get a prawn cocktail in a shell?
Like as if it was still alive.
Yes. But no, I don't want a slate. A plate will be fine. Thank you very much. Preferably a China one.
We got Rodigan on with us later. Tara Westover and Alison Janney. And what you got, Janie?
More than 2 million dads have missed out on the birth of one of their children. They're 3 times more likely than mums not to witness their child's first words and their child's first steps. A third of parents who missed a milestone admitted they feel guilty, and 22% feel they've let their child down. 16% feel angry and spark a row with their partner. And what they're basically saying in this poll of 2,000 people is that parents are under financial pressure, they're at work, all the rest of it, so they're going to miss out on a few so-called magic special moments.
John Cleese's first sitcom since Fawlty Towers has enjoyed the most successful comedy launch on BBC One in 3 years. Sunday's episode of Hold the Sunset had an average of 6.2 million viewers, a peak of 7.2, which is incredible. The big test, of course, will be next week's ratings, but I gather everybody enjoyed it, got great reviews.
Yeah, what I thought was quite good. Didn't see all of it. I forgot it was on because, of course, we spoke to John. It did look good. The trailer looked good, and a little bit I saw. Fantastic. It's a great cast.
Yeah. OK, anniversaries, you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, a very famous author and actor, and of course, To Sir with Love.
Yeah, that's right. Sidney Poitier, 1927, American film actor, and the first black actor to win an Oscar for Lilies of the Field. Jimmy Greaves.
Jimmy Greaves was a fantastic footballer, still with us, of course. Played for Chelsea and Spurs and part of the England World Cup winning squad.
It was this day, 1962, that astronaut John Glenn did what?
John Glenn. Godspeed, John Glenn. John Glenn was the first astronaut to orbit the first American astronaut to orbit the Earth.
Yeah, circled the Earth 3 times in under 5 hours. He had a rocket and everything, though.
Yeah, he wasn't up there on his own in a spacesuit, was he?
No, he wasn't. And Voltaire, this is a good one.
Voltaire. He discovered volts, didn't he?
No, this is for real.
Voltaire, philosopher, famous French philosopher and writer?
Yeah, 1694, Voltaire, French man of letters, philosopher, scientist and moralist who waged a lifelong campaign against intolerance and injustice. Didn't know that. Voltaire, this day, 1694. Shall I find you one more?
Only if it's easy.
OK. What animal disease, Janie, in 2001...
Foot and mouth.
Yes. Hit the UK for the first time in 20 years. 2001.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was big, wasn't it? What?
Well, yeah, I remember it from the 60s, late 60s, early 70s.
No.
I always think of it as like maybe 10 years ago, actually, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It does seem like a long time, but gosh,
Didn't it come around again?
Massive at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember it from 2001.
Anyway.
Are you sure you got your facts right there?
Never mind about that. Alison Janney, Tara Westover and Rodigan on with us later.
brothers growing out together through a golden age. We never realized it, our lives you changed. Days of pure inspiration will live in our hearts forever. And as the years went by, dreaming of our destinies, believing in the power of a melody. In your songs we found magic, music, words and sound. The seasons come and go again, and what was old is new again. Pop, pop music, give me pop, pop music, don't stop. Give me pop, pop music. Give me hip hop, rock, give me punk, don't stop with the pop, pop music. The melody's your legacy, I know you give us something to believe. So give me pop, pop music, give me pop, pop music, don't stop with the pop, don't stop pop music. You hit the hurdles, but you never fail to run. You fire the gun, you overcome, yeah. When you lose your way, you come back twice as strong. Here you go, you're number one. The seasons come and go again.
That's called Pop Don't Stop. Kim Wilde, Ricky Wilde. Hasn't Kim Wilde got her own request show on another radio station? That's very good, by the way. Called Pop Don't Stop. I like it. This is Steve Wright in the afternoon. Paul Gridley in Margate is picking the non-stop oldies when we come back after the news at 3, which is next.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. Oxfam says it's investigating a further 26 cases of alleged sexual misconduct after disclosure that some of its former staff paid women for sex in Haiti. The chief executive, Mark Goldring, has apologised to MPs after some of those involved went on to work for other charities. The chair of Oxfam's trustees, Caroline Thompson, said changes have been made to ensure this doesn't happen again.
I would want to say on behalf of the Council of Oxfam that we are ashamed of what happened in Haiti. We don't think it was well handled. And our task now, and my task certainly, is to make sure that we move forward in a way that makes sure that we operate always with transparency. My task is to make sure that we never again can be perceived to be at risk of being perceived to have put reputation over accountability.
The UN's demanded an end to the deaths of civilians in Syria as pro-government forces intensify their bombardment of eastern Ghouta, a rebel-held enclave near Damascus. Activists say more than 100 people have died in the last 24 hours. Dr. Fayez Arabi is working inside eastern Ghouta, where he's hiding with civilians underground.
Unfortunately, the regime begins with land missiles, which cause a lot of casualties, a lot of dead children and women. Then he began with the air attacks. More than 100 air attacks in the last 24 hours. Whole streets, whole buildings were destroyed by these missiles from the air attacks.
The Brexit Secretary David Davis has insisted the UK will continue to meet high trading standards when it leaves the EU. He's been speaking to business leaders in Vienna to allay concerns that Britain will focus on deregulation after Brexit. The Environment Secretary Michael Gove has signalled the government would support moves to ensure a special deal for EU farm workers after Brexit. Mr Gove said agriculture needed access to foreign labour. University students across the UK could have their final year exams cancelled because of industrial action by lecturers. The University and College Union are starting a series of strikes over pensions. Elaine Dunkley reports.
More than 1 million students are likely to be affected in what could be one of the largest cases of industrial action on university campuses. The University and College Union says the strikes are in response to proposed changes by Vice-Chancellors that would see lecturers losing nearly half of their pensions. The union estimates that academics will be on average £10,000 a year worse off. The dispute has become increasingly bitter following anger over the high salaries and pensions that Vice-Chancellors receive.
Elise Christie's hopes of winning a medal at the Winter Olympics are over after she was disqualified in her 1,000-metre short track heat in Pyeongchang. The 27-year-old had forced a restart when she fell on the ice, but judges then deemed her to have caused an offence during the race after bumping into another speed skater. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 3 on Next at 4.
Thank you. These are the non-stop oldies as chosen by Paul Gridley in Margate. Yeah! Ow! Just imagine you're driving on the 830 Loving Life listening to that. .307 on the oldies.
Took us when I hit the ground. End up like a dog that's been
Sometimes you get sick of songs because you hear them too much. I went through a phase where I was sick of this song, but now I love it all over again. Thank you, Paul Gridley. In Margate says, Steve, I listen to your show every day whilst working for the Royal Mail, collecting letters and parcels from companies, pillar boxes and post offices here on the outskirts of Canterbury in Kent. I've even had the pleasure of cuddling a baby cheetah at the nearby Howlett's Wild Animal Park while I was there collecting their mail. I got 3 children who are 35, 33 and 15, and I'm married to my lovely wife Jennifer, who's from Chicago. We met online 8 years ago when I lived in Cyprus. Jennifer came over to meet me, and the rest is, as they say, is history. And now we live together in sunny Margate with my son Scott. The songs I've selected are across many genres, from when I used to hear my parents' music, as well as the songs that I love from the 50s right through to the noughties. Thank you for playing my selection.
It's hit after hit, the non-stop oldies every day.
Bit of a badge on its way, Paul.
I thought I saw a man brought to life. He was warm, he came around like he was dignified. He showed me what it was to cry. Well, you couldn't be that man I adore. You don't seem to know, seem to care what your heart is for. Well, I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where he used to lie. The conversation has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm I lose right. I should have seen just what was there and not some holy light. But you crawl beneath my veins and now I don't care, I have no luck. I don't miss it all that much. There's just so many things that I can't touch. I'm torn, I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. There's nothing where he used to lie. My inspiration has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's right, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed, bound and broken on the floor. You're a little late, I'm already torn.
Natalie Imbruglia, 3:15 in Great Britain, Radio 2, The Station. Cloudy in the southeast with heavy rain and drizzle around East Anglia, and Dover dry and bright for the rest of the UK with plenty of sunshine and a cool breeze. High of 10 in Newport. Tonight's lights on, Fort William 5:43, Belfast is 5:42, Leicester 5:26, and Truro 5:47, the non-stop Oldies.
Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock on my door.
Let's try to perfect that Gary Newman faraway look. Oi, what you looking at? On the non-stop oldies, there's Gary Newman and Cars. Just a quick break here. Tell you all about love songs.
Steve Wright, Sunday love songs, BBC Radio 2.
And yes, you can leave your dedication for this Sunday morning's love songs on Radio 2's Facebook page this very afternoon from now until 5 o'clock. If you want to send us a dedication for love songs, excuse me, I'm just eating an apple. Dedication for love songs this Sunday morning, just go to Facebook and search for Radio 2. You'll see our love songs post. All you've got to do is comment underneath it before 5 o'clock. Make sure you say who you are, please, and where you're from, along with who the dedication is for. We do read all the dedications that you leave on Facebook. We really do. So just make sure you're listening to love songs from 9 a.m. on Sunday morning, and you could hear yours on the show. So if you'd like a dedication on love songs, go to Facebook, search for BBC Radio 2, and leave your comment under the love songs post. You've got till 5, please.
If I had the money, I could own a mansion. No, I don't think I'd like that. But I might write a song that makes you laugh. Now that would be funny. And you could tell your friends in England you'd like that. But now I've chosen aeroplanes and boats to come between us. And a line or two on paper wouldn't go amiss. How is Worcestershire? Is it still the same between us? Do you still use television to send you fast asleep? Can you last another week? Does the cistern still leak? Or have you found a man to mend it? Oh, and by the way, how's your broken heart? Is that mended too? I miss you, I miss you. I really do. I've been reading Browning, Keats and William Wordsworth, and they all seem to be saying the same thing for me. Well, I like the words they use, and I like the way they use them, you know. Home Thoughts from Abroad is such a beautiful poem. And I know how Robert Browning must have felt, 'cause I'm feeling the same way about you. Wondering what you're doing, and if you need some help. Do I still occupy your mind? Am I being so unkind? Do you find it very lonely? Or have you found someone to laugh with? Oh, and by the way, are you laughing now? 'Cause I'm not. I miss you. I miss you. I really do.
How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace. When I stand here taking every breath with you. Ooh, you're the only one who really knew me at all. How can you just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave? 'Cause we shared the laughter and the pain, and even shared the tears. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just the memory of your face. Oh, take a look at me now. There's just an empty space, and you coming back to me is against the odds, and that's what I've got to face. I wish I could just make you turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to say to you, so many reasons why. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Now take a look at me now. 'Cause there's just an empty space, but to wait for you is all I can do, and that's what I've got to face. Take a good look at me now, 'cause I'll still be standing here, and you coming back to me is against all odds. It's the chance I've got to take.
Phil Collins against all odds on the non-stop oldies. If you like oldies and stories. Bill Kenwright's Golden Years tonight at 10. Bill plays some of his favourite hits from the 50s and 60s. Then it's The Organist Entertains with Nigel. Listen to the band Frank Renton at 11:30. Then Sounds of the 80s, Sarah Cox, of course. One more to come from Paul Gridley's Oldies. Paul Gridley and Margate.
just how you
FM thought they were Dutch. Go ahead, jump. Those were the oldies. Can you give a shout out for Stuart and Dottie as we're soaking up some winter sun? Where? Oh, Lanzarote. Listening to the show. Best wishes from Stuart and Dottie. On a car journey from Dundee to Fleetwood to support my beloved Portsmouth FC in their match this evening. That's Daniel Coleman. Just wondering, Steve, if you could give our boss a big birthday shout out. His name is Dave Downham. Right, Dave? He's 36. Love from everyone at MMC Management. It would be much appreciated. Jeremy Corbyn has vowed to take the City of London take on the City of London if he becomes Prime Minister, saying finance should be the servant of industry, not the masters of us all. What else going on? Asda has reported rising sales in the final months of last year and said it had a strong Christmas trading period. And KFC says some of the outlets which had to close when delivery problems meant they ran out of chicken has reopened. So get them big buckets ready, Colonel. We'll be around later. And I once went to an eatery, I promise this is the truth, and I wanted some dessert. And they said, the banana longboat is really good. Why don't you have the banana longboat? But we haven't got any banana.
The Six Nations across the BBC.
And that is a fantastic try.
After Scotland revived their championship,
It's going to be touched down by Sean Maitland.
they go head-to-head against England.
Ball back inside is a beauty.
Let's settle it on the pitch. The Six Nations continues with Scotland versus England, Saturday afternoon at 4:45 on 5 Live, BBC iPlayer and BBC One.
Thank you.
This is Jeremy Vine. Do we eat too many radishes? Well, one woman in Streatley says she and her neighbours eat 103,000 a day. Is that normal? Is she regular? Call me now, 070 round the corner. It's not Neil Sedaka. Small hashtag Grime Artist 39401.
BBC Radio 2.
3:33. Rodigan with us soon, but right now, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. M62, the latest eastbound. 24, Ainley Top to Brickhouse. All lanes are open. Slow traffic still for a couple of miles on the approach, but getting better and a little bit quicker all the time. M6 northbound at 14, the van fire at Stafford North. All lanes are open. Not even the sign of a queue now. M1 bump northbound 23 to 24 up towards East Midlands Airport. We had an accident, closed one lane. All lanes in the roadworks are open, but it's still heavy. Very, very heavy. A14 Catthorpe interchange. We had an accident. This was heading towards the M1 and the M6. That accident has now cleared out of the way. Still a little bit slow though. The latest on the M25. Now, first of all, we've got a clockwise accident just before 22. Just a bump being moved to the hard shoulder. Then 23 to 24, which is the South Mims Potters Bar turn off. There's a lorry having a tyre change, so they've closed a lane. And then further round, although all lanes are open between 27 and 28, past the M11, we've still got really heavy traffic through there if you're heading towards the QE2 bridge. M25 anti-clockwise, junction 14 to 13 at Staines, so past Heathrow. Broken down vehicle, got one lane shut, so that's slowing traffic. And then to the M4 westbound, the breakdown 12 to 13 at Newbury, all lanes are open, traffic's back to normal. A13 eastbound at Basildon is still blocked completely. Emergency repairs between the A176, the Five Bells interchange and the Pitsea flyover, so that's causing huge delays. Avoid it if you can. And then finally the M20. Now the M20 at junction 9, the entry slip road is closed onto the coastbound entry slip road, so you can't get on there. Also, one lane closed of the main carriageway past junction 9, so it's a little bit slow past the Ashford Faversham A20 turn-off. Back with more, 20 minutes.
Thank you, the Bobster.
BBC Radio 2.
Think it's about that time to go. Oh, I just need to get away. Ain't no right or wrong, my darling, out on that open highway. Been so much backwards and forwards and backwards with you. You say that, I say that, she said it's you. I don't wanna think about the things we go through. Rather drive out and take in the view. Just wanna cruise for the rest of the night under the moon. Nothing else on my mind. And I got my top down driving. And I got my top down driving. Yeah. And I got my top down driving. And I got my top down driving. Yeah, and I got my top down.
Nothing personal, I ain't about to go astray. Well, I just need a minute, darling. I'll be back before the day.
And so much backwards and forwards and backwards with you. You say that, I say that, she said it's you. I don't wanna think about the things we go through. Rather drive out and take it with you. Just wanna cruise for the rest of the night. Under the moon, nothing else on my mind. And I got my top down driving. 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 Yeah, and I got my top down. Do me a favor. Let's just talk about it later. I won't get in your way now. 'Cause for the rest of the day, I'ma have my top down driving. I'ma have my top down driving. I'ma have my top down driving. And I got my top down driving. I'ma have my top down driving. I'ma have my top down driving.
Episode 3 of our series of 7, every Monday at 11. Of course, Michael Jackson made it famous first time around in 1972, and that was a hit for Sugar Mine in 1981. And my producer, Chris Blackley, said, Rodders, do you remember Sid Owen from EastEnders did a version? That's kind of
them again like a whole jump on some boy run away from boy. I seen foundation, hold them again strong. Respect Joe. It's Mr. Rodigan because you don't know, so watch another boy, I can't take your speed.
You keep telling me yes, but you don't mean it. You keep telling me no, and try to lean it. You're giving me buts and maybe. You know this will drive me crazy. Why can't you tell it like it is? Let your yeah be yeah, and you know be no now, baby. Let your yeah be yeah, and you know be no now, mama. Because I'm on my gun and I'm watching you from head to toe. You better let your yeah be yeah, and you know be no.
Susan, beware of the devil. Don't let him spoil your heart. Susan, beware of the devil. Don't let him put us apart. Did I hear you say we got apart? Or did you say let's go for a walk? Did I hear you say you got someone new? Or did you say you like the color of my shoe? I don't know what's going on. You're not the girl I used to know. You're turning my world upside down, branding me with a frown. Hey, Susan, beware of the devil. Don't let him spoil your heart. Yeah, gifted and black.
Oh, what a lovely, precious dream.
To be young, gifted and
and ting. Them checks say we hip and ting. True, them no know and ting. We have them going and ting. Now pop, no style. All strictly roots. Now pop, no style. All strictly roots. See me on the road and you not call out to me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. See me give you heart attack.
Look who we have here, Rodigan!
Steve, what a joy, what a pleasure, because I know you're a reggae boy at heart.
Well, so is Tim.
Absolutely,
I heard him
Tim.
play a reggae track on his Radio Oxford show just the other day.
Did you just plug his Radio Oxford show?
I know, it was an accident. Sorry
Don't
about
mention
that.
Oxford or indeed Kidlington,
No,
because there's a
because we'll both
Kidlington
be
man.
off.
Yeah.
I know. No, you're from Kidlington.
Well, that's where I ended up. My father was in the army, and when he did his 22 years, he bought a gaff in a small village called Kidlington.
I thought you were a Londoner, actually.
I came here when I was 19 and I never left. And I used to buy my records in Deptford at Lee's Sound City.
Well, that Deptford I know very well. Our friend David Rodigan, MBE, is a broadcaster, the UK's foremost reggae expert and a world sound clash champion. Yes. 2018 marks the 40th anniversary of David starting his broadcasting career over on BBC Radio London back in 1978. Tells the story of those 4 decades and his life before it in the book Rodigan, My Life in Reggae, which is coming out in paperback. Quite an interesting story about you and about how you were originally an actor. I mean, first of all, let's talk about your school life. What was that like?
It was amazing. I mean, imagine it was the summer of 67, you were 16, you were a mod, you had flowers in your hair, you were down on the south coast. The Beatles were number one with All You Need Is Love.
Oh,
the Who
wow.
were swinging things. We were clubbing it and trying to get into London and trying to be big from the countryside. We got as far as Burton's in Uxbridge, but...
Which is a start.
At least I saw Tina Washington, the Ram Jam Band, and Jimmy James and the Vagabonds.
Yeah.
And I did see Jimmy Cliff at the Brett School of Dancing on a Thursday night in George Street.
Well, it's interesting because you became an actor.
Yeah.
Right, and you were an actor for some years. I mean, you're one of these guys, superstar DJs. We're not talking about on the radio, we're talking about appearances, festivals, and goodness knows what else around the world. You know, when you were young there, working in Doctor Who or something, did you ever think that you would be this person?
Not in a million years, Steve. My ambition was to, work as an actor, possibly get into the Royal Shakespeare Company. I trained as an actor,
Right.
was in Doctor Who, and I did a number of TV shows and a lot of theatre work, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And really, all that happened was BBC Radio London had a vacancy. The presenter was leaving the show, and they were looking for a new presenter. I auditioned and got the gig. And from one Sunday lunchtime show presenting reggae music, it rolled into what it's rolled into.
40-year career, successful career.
Yeah.
What was the moment where you first knew that maybe you could do this work?
Well, I got a phone call from my agent saying, look, love, I think you should think about a new career.
There's no work.
My agent said, look, I think it's time to make a choice here, because I was filming, but for example, I was filming Shackleton. I was up in Edinburgh and I had to get down for a Saturday night show because Capital insisted it had to be live. He said, look, either you're available, darling, for do work or you aren't, And then Kiss FM offered me a full-time, daytime programme when they launched in September 1990. My wife was pregnant with a second child. It was going to be regular money. I mean, I was getting work, but I was a jobbing actor. Don't answer the phone too quickly and pretend to check your diary to see if you're available.
Yeah. You must tell the story about how you met Bob Marley. And what a thing.
Friday afternoon, going up the staircase to the gallery in St Peter's Square, that old Ireland office, and another minute it wouldn't have happened. It was an unofficial stopover. He'd performed at the Zimbabwe independence celebrations, and I couldn't believe it. He was coming down the staircase. I jumped all protocol. Bob Marley, my name's David Rodigan. I'm a reggae DJ. I have a show on Saturday night. Please, 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 will you come on my show? And a couple of the elders nodded. And he said, OK. And then he said, would you like to hear a new song that I've just recorded?
This Could It Be Loved, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But you didn't know that at the
I
time.
didn't know.
And he brought it in on reel to reel, didn't he?
Yeah, he brought it in the next night and played it as a world exclusive.
That's great. Let's play that now, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to play a couple of my favourites. I mean, I don't know if you'll totally approve of any of these, because some of these are kind of popular reggae.
And the reason they were really popular was because they were hits.
I was going to play a bit of Pluto Shervington.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, okay. And then I might play a bit of Johnny Nash.
Yes.
And then I might play a bit of The World Is Black. The World.
Greyhound.
Shall we do those?
Good London band.
All right, let's do those. We'll be right back with Rodigan. Don't go away. All right.
question, I see how him so fool. What kind of something cookie in a pot? From him born, him never did hear about that. Well, watch I know, master. Give I time, make I try explain. It's just like a film show. We protect the humble, we change the name. I would have feel so cute if come in and ask for some anal fat. I feel safer if we change the subject and call it that.
You want what?
No, I might a kill like queen.
Tell the beef then.
I no check for no grass or green.
What about fowl?
Watch I know it's time for a change.
Take fish then.
Got children out of that room. Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow flow straight to my lover's heart. For me, no nobody else but me. Hey, hey, Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart. For me,
The world is black, the world is white. It turns by day and then by night. It turns by night. And now at last we plainly see the alphabet of liberty. Liberty. The world is black, the world is white. It turns by day and then by night. If child is black.
My Life in Reggae is a book that Rodigan has out, David Rodigan, and he's back with us, and those are a few tunes that we like. How has your kind of evolution occurred in terms of the music? I mean, was it ska that you loved, and then you moved on to all the other genres within the genre?
Yeah, I love ska. Who doesn't? And there are still new ska bands all over the world. Cool down to rocksteady. In came that reggae beat. In came roots and culture. In came dub music. In came DJ talk over toasting music. In came dancehall. Another style, another format, another genre within the genre. British lovers rock, the British dub scene, and it continued to evolve. And I was still completely hooked.
Well, what about the sound system thing then?
That's a world unto itself. If you really want to hear reggae, the best way to hear real authentic reggae music is to go to a sound system show. Somebody like Josh Shaka, who's still performing on his own with a sound system, 4-hour set, with the old Garrard deck, one turntable, no mixing.
Slightly over-modded?
Just ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly over-modded, right? Yeah.
Is the speaker moving a great deal?
Everything. So, yeah, sound system culture is an integral part of the music. It's the way to hear those bass lines. In Jamaica and worldwide, wherever there are reggae shows and dances, you're going to hear a Jamaican sound system most of the time. And they'll ship it in on the back of a 10-ton truck, stack up the speakers, and turn on the amp, and then we're off.
I'm guessing it's above EU levels.
Oh, without doubt.
Health and safety.
No limiters. Big up Josh Shaka.
And tell me about the Sound Clash thing.
Sound Clash thing is another crazy world which evolved in the late 1950s when these Jamaican sound systems in Kingston would set up and they would try to outdo each other, and that developed into a clash. Basically, one would be at the top of the lane, one would be down the other one.
Would it be playing the best stuff or the loudest volume or what?
Both. Best stuff, loudest volume, and it evolved from there. And then the idea was that they would have exclusive recordings that the others didn't have. And then in the end, they started putting them on the same lawn, 2 or 3 of them, and then there was a crowd voting system, and each sound system was eliminated, and it just grew and grew and grew from there. Sound system clash culture is a world of its own.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a sort of musical boxing match. They're trying to punch each other out with exclusive recordings and dub plates, which were cut onto acetates.
And you're a world champion.
I won the World Championship in 2012 in New York.
Wow.
That was quite a night.
Yeah, I bet. Your success is absolutely phenomenal. Will you do it till the day you die?
That's an interesting question, isn't it? I mean, when do you stop? You must know when to leave the party. But in the same breath, if you're still having fun and people still want to come out and see you, I mean, the influence that reggae's had means that you can go play to a lot of shows now, play to a lot of festivals where you're playing reggae, but you're also then going into a bit of drum and bass and the other influences. So it's lovely to be able to do that. And some of these places I go to, I look at the audience and think, well, no one's here over 22.
That's great, though.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
great. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's brilliant.
The answer to the question is I don't know. But as long as it's still fun and I'm still entertaining people and people are still turning up and buying tickets, then I guess I'll keep rolling.
David presents a Sunday night show over on 1Extra, and he's recently been over in his beloved Jamaica where it's Reggae Month and has recorded material for the show. His current series on Radio 2 is on Monday nights at 10 p.m. David regularly plays out live, as I mentioned, and he's doing a very special show to mark his 40th anniversary with the Outlook Orchestra at the Royal Festival Hall on the 2nd of March. And Rodigan, My Life in Reggae, is out now as an ebook, and it's published in paperback this Thursday. Plus, you can hear David Rodigan, of course, here on Radio 2 and 1Extra. Yes, it was Rodigan!
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
You sheltered me from harm, kept me warm, kept me warm. You gave my life to me, set me free, set me free. The finest years I ever knew is all the years I had with you, and I would give anything I own, give up my life, my heart, my own, and I would give anything I own just to have you back again. Is there someone you know that won't let you go, and taking it all for granted? You may lose them one day, someone takes them away, and you don't hear a word they say, and I would give anything I own, give up my life, my heart, my own, and I would give anything I own just to have you back again, just to talk to you words again.
And there goes Ken Booth, Everything I Own. Thanks to Rodigan, coming up on 4 to 4. And here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. M60 anti-clockwise at 1 for the Stockport Pyramid. There was an accident. Now, the good news is it's all on the hard shoulder. The bad news is the queues are back to the Princess Parkway at junction 5. But say, all lanes have reopened. To the M25, now, first of all, already heavy if you're clockwise, 13 Staines through towards 16 for the M40. Across the top, there was a broken down lorry. Well, there's a tyre change going on at 23 to 24 at Potters Bar. That's now gone, however, still heavy traffic. And there was an accident towards 28. There's still some slow traffic between the M11 at 27 and 28, but moving so much better. And then anti-clockwise, we've got a broken down vehicle at junction 14 to 13 at Staines. So in the usual queues, down towards 11 at Chertsey, that bit is extra slow. Finally, A13 eastbound at Basildon, those emergency repairs have now gone. They've now been lifted. But the A13 westbound, the main carriageway is closed at the Lodge Avenue flyover because of emergency repairs on that stretch. Back with more off now.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Steve and gang. Any chance of a shout out for the Ecumaniacs in Bristol who've just finished a week of performing Prince and the Pauper? I must say we're pretty amazing. Oh, yes, we are. And more importantly, we raised a decent amount for charity along the way. Cheers, matey. That's from Dame Kev. Now here comes Brothers Johnson.
Hello, my love. I heard a kiss from you. Red magic satin playing near too. All through the morning
cousins dressed in green. Pretty music out here, so happy and loud. Blue flowers echo from my cherry cloud. Feel sunshine sparkle pink and blue. The playgrounds will laugh if you try to ask, or is it cool? Or is it cool? If you arrive and don't see me, I'm gonna be with my baby. I'm free, flying on over the sea. Stained window, yellow candy screen. See speakers of kites with velvet roses, big and freedom flies. A present from you, strawberry letter 22. The music plays, I set in for you.
Wow. Strawberry Letter 23. The Brothers Johnson. In the showbiz cuts, Jennifer Lawrence, the biggest movie star in world. Jeremy Irons, Jolie Richardson, guest Tara Westover, author Alison Janney, movie star. There's Tim, there's Harv, there's Sports Guy, there's Bobby, social media factoids, all on the big show. In the United Kingdom, across planet Earth, this is BBC Radio 2, online on digital radio and on 88 and 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. Oxfam says around 7,000 people have stopped making regular donations since the Haiti scandal emerged. Oxfam's chief executive, Mark Goldring, has apologised to MPs for the way the charity dealt with sexual misconduct allegations against some of its staff. Kevin Watkins from Save the Children said people shouldn't be put off donating.
It makes an enormous difference to the lives of millions of children around the world working with us and other agencies that we cannot afford to allow this issue to pollute the wider discussion about the role of the UK in aid leadership.
2 police officers are in hospital after an altercation with a gang of youths in Salford last night. Police were called after 50 youths started smashing lights and throwing bottles at the Ellesmere shopping centre in Walkden. A 14-year-old has been arrested. The United Nations has demanded an end to the targeting of civilians in Syria as pro-government forces intensify their bombardment of eastern Ghouta, a rebel-held enclave near Damascus. Activists say up to 200 people have been killed since Sunday night. Raoul LeBlanc, a spokesman for the UN, condemned the assault.
We completely deplore the systematic use of violence against the civilian populations and the hospitals and schools. These are extreme violations of humanitarian law, and the UN is calling on all parties to de-escalate the violence in Syria.
The Brexit Secretary David Davis has insisted the UK will continue to meet high trading standards when it leaves the EU. He's been speaking to business leaders in Vienna to allay concerns that Britain will focus on deregulation after Brexit. Labour said Mr Davis's comments couldn't be trusted. The Environment Secretary Michael Gove has signalled the government would support moves to ensure a special deal for EU farm workers after Brexit. Mr Gove said agriculture needed access to foreign labour. The Supreme Court is considering an appeal that could have a major impact on the so-called gig economy. Pimlico Plumbers is challenging a ruling that entitled one of its plumbers, Gary Smith, to basic workers' rights, such as paid holiday, even though he was first hired on a freelance basis. Our correspondent Simon Gompertz is following the case.
It is being seen as important just because the way work is going nowadays, more jobs becoming self-employed. One estimate that nearly 3 million people are working as drivers, couriers and such like as self-employed and not getting basic employment rights like holiday pay, but also the minimum wage and sick pay.
And KFC says disruption is expected to continue across its restaurants for the rest of the week due to chicken shortages. The GMB union says it's been told by business sources that KFC was aware of potential delivery problems weeks ago. Police in Tower Hamlets in London have asked the public not to contact them about the issue, saying it's not a police matter. That's the BBC News at 4:03. Our next at 5.
Hey there, thank you, Harv. Here's the sports guy.
Yes, Winter Olympics, and it's not great news, I'm afraid. Elise Christie was competing in her final event at these games today. She'd crashed out of the previous two races in the short track speed skating, but the 1,000 metres was her preferred distance. However, she had been struggling with an ankle injury, and although she finished second in her heat, she was then disqualified for 2 infringements, so her Olympics are over. But Christie insists she will be back for the next games in 2022. Penny Coombs and Nick Buckland finished 11th in the ice dance. Better news in the curling. Both the men's and women's teams are well placed for the semi-finals after wins today. The men are joint second, the women are joint third. The top 4 go through. Great Britain's women's bobsleigh team are 6th after 2 runs ahead of the final 2 runs tomorrow. Mika Moore and Misha McNeil did their own fundraising to get to Pyeongchang. Away from the games, Sergio Aguero and Manchester City are considering legal action after he was confronted by a Wigan fan after last night's FA Cup match at the DW Stadium. Aguero says the fans swore and spat at him. Sources close to City feel the stewarding at the game was inadequate. Chelsea play Barcelona in the last 16 of the Champions League tonight. Rugby Union Dan Bicker will start at fly half for Wales in the Six Nations match away to Ireland on Saturday. And cricket, England one-day opener Alex Hales has signed a new deal with Nottinghamshire to play only limited overs matches until the end of the 2019 season. We got there in the end.
It's any sports guy.
Every weekday, Steve Wright in the afternoon.
I gave you all the love I got. I gave you more than I could give. Gave you love. I gave you all that I have inside, and you took my love. You took my love. Didn't I tell you what I believe? Did somebody say that a love like that won't last? Didn't I give you all that I got to give, baby? I gave you all the love I got. I gave you more than I could give. Gave you love. I gave you all that I have inside, and you took my love. You took my love.
No Ordinary Love. Can you give a shout out to my school friend Abby, who came to visit me here in snowy Stockholm this weekend? By the way, the time in Stockholm right now is 5:08. Yeah, in Stockholm. Great reunion, it says, from Matt in Sweden. That's from Matt Holroyd. Steve, massive A-up granddad from Lewis and Poppy to Chris Heritage, hedge cutting on his tractor in North Warwickshire. Always listen to the big show. I like the whole idea of that, on a tractor. Good afternoon, Steve and teammates. Great show as usual. Can you say hello to Tommy, Gaz, Mr. Welsh, Steve-O, and the rest of the engineering firm in Lim? Regards from Shaky. Can you give my family a shout out for driving me from Wales to Heathrow off to New Zealand on a one-way ticket? No! Don't go! The music is getting us through the drive from Helen. Did you know, by the way, I've gone country? I'm going to be at C2C.
Sitting with you in a dark room.
I've got the hat.
Warmed by a fireplace.
And the little tie.
You know there's just something about you. You brighten my day. I got something to run past you. I just hope I say it right. So I take your hand and ask you, have you made plans for the rest of your life? There's one thing I should be killing off and giving up now, and that's worrying about life. Oh, I'll be fine. If one gray hair shows, I'll be fine. If my waistline goes, I'll be fine. Even if time takes its toll, we'll stay young for the rest of our lives.
I've been making plans for children since I've been looking in your eyes. I even have names picked out for them. Daughter, be a rose. Son, it be right.
There's one thing I should be killing off and giving up now, and that's worrying about life. Oh, I'll be fine. If one gray hair shows, I'll be fine. If my waistline goes, I'll be fine. Even if time takes its toll, we'll stay young for the rest of our lives. I don't really care about those storm clouds brewing, for as long as you're here by my side. Oh, we'll be young. Oh, we'll be young. Oh, we'll be young when we're old. Oh, I'll be fine. If my gray hair shows, I'll be fine. If my waistline goes, I'll be fine. Even when time takes its toll, I'll stay young for the rest of my life with you.
My new best friends, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, the rest of our life.
With you, we'll stay young for the rest of our life.
Brad Paisley's This Is Country Music.
When a Rolling Stone says he'll sing with you or write with you, what do you say? Other than yes and what time? This is yours truly singing with Mick. That's Mick Jagger. Yeah, I know. I don't deserve it, but hey, we're done. It's on tape. Nothing he can do about it.
This is Country Music with Brad Paisley.
Leaves only me to blame 'cause Mama tried.
From my home, I'll be sharing my favorite songs and talking about life as a country musician. Join me Wednesday night from 10 on BBC Radio 2.
Yep, another one of my friends. Hashtag Love Your Pet Day is trending on Twitter. Betty tweets, I don't have a pet to love. Do my children count? No, they don't, Betty. Roger tweets, my wife and I have been proud parents of rescue cats for the past 6 years. Hashtag Love Your Pet Day. Another announcement about the summer festival, and this time it's Wilderness, which is in Oxfordshire at the start of August. Chic, featuring Nile Rodgers and Bastille, will both play the main stage, and our friends at BBC Music will be there over the weekend too. The mockumentary sitcom The Office is getting a remake for Indian television. Slough Paper Company, Wernham Hogg, will become Wilkins Chawla in New Delhi. David Hasselhoff says a student police officer from Bury is a real hero. A real hero after he rescued a man from a freezing cold river on Saturday. The Hoff apparently saw the video of the rescue online, and he hopes he can meet PC Nadeem when he's in the UK next month. Isn't that nice? It was the European premiere of Red Sparrow in London, which stars Jennifer Lawrence as a Russian spy. Jennifer's a strong advocate of the Time's Up campaign, and she's defended playing a character with some people have said contradicts that movement.
It's not a black or white issue. Feminism isn't about prudishness. You know, I chose to do this. I felt great doing it, and I'm really, really happy with the result.
Jeremy Irons is also in it, and he was blown away by Jennifer's performance.
Oh, it's like playing tennis with the best tennis player. I mean, she's mesmerizing. And archetypal film actress. She's very clever, and I'm a huge admirer.
That's Jeremy Irons, and Jolie Richardson plays Jennifer's mum, and here's how she approached it.
I felt all I had to do was connect. I do have a daughter who's in her mid-20s, so that helped because I very much knew what that relationship was like. But I think that we just got lucky in that our styles of working immediately matched.
By the way, Jennifer Lawrence on our show Friday week.
Stand up on the cloud, shout out now, the one for me. Still love by my side, the world will be mine, the one for me. With this new love I found, takes my feet up off the ground to fly away. With this new love I did, takes away my every fear, don't go away. You just don't know what you did to me, but I'm not saying, I'm not saying. Since you gave me love and shelter from the rain, you just don't know how you make me feel. Your sweet love, girl, it's so unreal. I've got love, desire, since you love it, my soul's on fire. Stand up on the cloud, shout out now, you're the one for me. With your love by my side, the world will be mine, you're the one for me. I'm riding on the cloud, to shout it out loud, you're my own. Baby, hold on tight for the rest of my life. Don't let me fall. You just don't know what you did to me, but I'm not saying. I'm not saying. Since you gave me love and shelter from the rain, you just don't know how you make me feel. Your sweet love, girl, is so unreal. I got love, desire from your love. My soul's on fire. With the love I have inside of me, we can turn this world around. We can live through all eternity, and we never touch the ground. We'll take a chance to ride upon the star to a place that's far away. The light of love will shine on us forever and a day. With the love I have inside of me, we can turn this world around.
to all the staff in the Medical Day Case Unit in Ulster Hospital from Michelle McIntyre and all the ladies on Mag's Hen Do at the weekend in London, not long before they all do it again. Hello!
Tim, I found this Bitcoin in my old jacket. Did you, Mr. President? Heads or tails, you moron.
419.
The most moist, flaky fish bought at the fishmongers. That's hake news. Always know your place. That's a fish, too.
Now, me and Tim back for factoids. What you got?
Only about a third of an octopus's intelligence is in its brain. The rest of its neurons live in its tentacles, each of which can act independently from the brain. And if an octopus loses a tentacle, it can regenerate a new one.
Is that right? Squirrels forget where they hide about half of their nuts, and worms eat their own poo.
Iron is an element that's been known in its pure form for at least 5,000 years. The name iron comes from the Anglo-Saxon word iron and Scandinavian eon, which means metal.
Brilliant. Married men in France use more cosmetics than their wives.
Factoids.
Talking to a fascinating woman next, Tara Westover.
You call me all friendly, telling me how much you miss me. That's funny, I guess you've heard my songs. Well, I'm too busy for your business. Go find a girl who wants to listen. Cause if you think I was born yesterday, you have got me wrong. So I cut you off, I don't need your love. Cause I already cried enough, I've been done, I've been moving on since we said goodbye. I cut you off, I don't need your love. So you can try all you want. Your time is up, I'll tell you why. You say you're sorry, but it's too late now. So save it, get gone, shut up. Cause if you think I care about you now, well boy, I don't give up. I remember that weekend when my best friend caught you creeping. You blamed it all on the alcohol. So I made my decision, cause you made your bed, sleep in it. Play the victim and switch your position. I'm through, I'm done. So I cut you off, I don't need your love. Cause I already cried enough, I've been done, I've been moving on since we said goodbye. I cut you off, I don't need your love. So you can try all you want. Your time is up, I'll tell you why. You say you're sorry, but it's too late now. So save it, get gone, shut up. Cause if you think I care about you now, well boy, I don't give up. I see you trying to get to me, I see you begging on your knees. Boy, I don't give up. So stop trying to get to me. Get up off your knees. Boy, I don't give up about you. No, I don't give a damn. You keep reminiscing on when you were my man, but I'm over you. Now you're all in the past. You talk all that sweet talk, but I ain't coming back. Cut you off, I don't need your love. So you can try all you want. Your time is up, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. You say you're sorry, but it's too late now. So save it, get gone, shut up. Too late now. If you think I care
Unmistakably Dua Lipa. IDGAF. Really? 423.
BBC Music presents The Biggest Weekend.
Yeah, tickets for BBC Music's Biggest Weekend are on general sale right now, with all postcode restrictions lifted. So that means if you haven't managed to get tickets yet, now is your chance. It's one massive weekend of live music beginning on Friday, 25th May, and you could still be joining us in Coventry, where Tears for Fears, Snow Patrol, Billy Ocean, Paloma Faith, Jamie Cullum, and UB40 featuring Ali, Astro and Mickey will all be playing. Plus, very special guests still to be announced. To find out how to buy your tickets, just go to bbc.co.uk/biggest weekend.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio 2.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The Big Show.
Tara Westover is with us today. Now, Tara has a book out today. I mean, what a story. It's called Educated, a Memoir. Tara Westover. She's an American author living in the UK, has just released her first book, Educated. It's a powerful story of her discovery of education, despite her difficult upbringing in rural Idaho, USA. Now, as a child, Tara lived in a claustrophobic household, and that really, you say, caused you considerable damage and led you into a very unusual pathway, didn't it?
Well, I would say when I was a kid, it didn't seem unusual to me. I mean, that was the only life that I had ever known. So It actually seemed quite normal to me. But the fact that I didn't have a lot of experiences with anything, public school, I was never put in school, or I never went to a doctor, or I didn't even have a birth certificate until I was 9.
Well, why not?
My dad had these ideas that public education, doctors and hospitals, really anything to do with the government, were kind of part of a fallen world, that they had been corrupted in some way.
So you never felt deprived of anything because you didn't know any better growing
No, I
up,
didn't. I didn't feel deprived. And even after I went to college, I was really grateful for the opportunity to learn, and it was really wonderful, but it was also kind of terrible in its own way because I wasn't really prepared for it. One of my first lectures that I attended as an undergraduate, I raised my hand and asked what the Holocaust was, because I'd never heard of it. And of course, everyone is mortified and they're all looking down, and I think they thought I was making a joke, but I wasn't making a joke. I'd never heard of it.
We were talking about that before you came into the studio. I said, how on earth do you adapt from that environment to a university environment with a group of young people of a similar age who you'd never mixed with before?
Well, it was a very difficult transition because even once I got better at being at the university and I had my normal life and I had my normal friends, then I would return to Idaho, and it was sort of like losing your identity. I wasn't sure who I was anymore, or I was two people. I was kind of split down the middle, and I had my normal friends at the university who had gone to school and had very different beliefs, and then I would go home and watch my family continuing to live the way they did.
Now, when you eventually went to university, or when you eventually went out and about, were you able to socialise okay? Or did you think it unusual that everybody was a lot freer than you?
I did, and I was attending Brigham Young University. I did find it overwhelming at BYU, and I think if you'd met me then, you would have thought I was a bit weird, actually.
The book goes through your life and how you started to set about home education. How did you do that? I mean, clearly you were allowed to have books and what have you.
Yeah, we had books. We didn't have a lot of textbooks. We only had a few textbooks, so I had to go buy my own algebra book and things like that. We didn't have them at home. But there were definitely books, and we were a great reading family because we were reading the Bible and the Book of Mormon. But in terms of the approach, it's something that I really value, actually, from the way my family brought us up, because they very much had this belief that you can teach yourself anything better than someone can teach it to you.
Yeah.
And I think just having that mindset, that way of thinking about education was really helpful for me, because I've actually found, since I've come into the mainstream world, there's something a bit sterile and institutionalized and passive about the way we think of what an education is, and people kind of go through it like they're on a conveyor belt. And I think it would be so much better if we introduced a bit more of that element of people designing their own curriculum so that they're invested.
I'm guessing you didn't have a wild time at Brigham.
No, BYU is a perfect environment for me, honestly. It was a wonderful transitional place, but Cambridge was a big transition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so from my undergraduate, when I finished, I was accepted to Cambridge on a Gates scholarship. So then I suddenly was dropped into a different country, totally different university. I'd really never met anyone who wasn't Mormon, and suddenly there were no Mormons at all.
So how did you get on in Cambridge then? Did you go punting on the cam?
I did go punting. I have never fallen in. I just want to say I have never fallen in.
Obviously, you had a bike.
I did have a bike. I do have a bike.
Tara Westover's book, Educated, is available now in hardback and ebook. And yes, you heard Tara Westover. Fascinating.
Thank you.
Very much, Tara. Brilliant.
Did you ever want it? Did you want it back? Oh my, tears me apart. I've been playing games. We can try to hide it. It's all the same. I've been losing one day at a time. Bleeding, I'm bleeding. My cold little arm. Oh, I can't stand myself. And I know in my heart, in this cold heart, I can live or I can die. I believe if I just try. You believe in you and I. In my heart, in this cold heart, I can live or I can die. I believe if I just try. You believe in you and I. In you and I.
It's a cool song. Michael Kiwanuka. Cold Little Heart. Ah, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. M54 westbound in Shropshire. Junction 7 for the A5 at Wellington. We've got the entry slip road partially blocked by an accident. Thank you for your call. So the M54 westbound, you can get on there, but it's one lane closed and take care as you go through. Greater Manchester, the M60 anti-clockwise. The bump at Stockport Pyramid, Junction 1, all sitting on the hard shoulder. Still big queues at 5 Princess Parkway, having kind of knock-on effect around the area. So anti-clockwise there's queues, but also clockwise it's having an impact too. The A1M in Cambridgeshire at Norman Cross. The A1M, we've got a vehicle fire southbound 16 to 15. Norman Cross down towards Sawtry. So 2 lanes are shut there, so traffic is trying to squeeze past. Very slow indeed. The A13 problems. Westbound, there were emergency repairs at the Lodge Avenue junction. Just to let you know, that has now all reopened. Still big queues though on the A13 because of this emergency roadworks. There were a number of potholes they had to repair, so it's been a bit slow. M25 at the moment, very heavy, 11 around to 16. There was an accident past the M4 towards the M40. That's now cleared. Around the other side, we had some delays, 23 to 24 with a broken down lorry. That's starting to ease a little bit. And then anti-clockwise, 16 to 11 at Chertsey is very, very slow. And the M20, now the eastbound entry slip road at 9, so coming on from the A20, Ashford Faversham turn, is still closed for emergency repairs. Thanks for your updates. Another one in 25 minutes.
Thank you. Talking soon to Alison Janney, of course, from the latest movie, I, Tonya.
You a gardener or a flower, John? It's Jeff. In a relationship, there's a flower and a gardener.
I don't know. I mean, I just thought.
I'm a gardener who wants to be a flower. Mom. What?
It's good dialogue, isn't it?
Listen, boy, I don't wanna see you let a good thing slip away. You know I don't like watching anybody make the same mistakes I made. She's a real nice girl and she's always there for you. But a nice girl wouldn't tell you what you should do. Oh, listen, boy, I'm sure that you think you got it all under control. You don't want somebody telling you the way to stay in someone's soul. You're a big boy now and you'll never let her go. But that's just the kind of thing she ought to know. Tell her about it. Tell her everything you feel. Give her every reason to accept that you're for real. Tell her about it. Tell her all your crazy dreams. Let her know you need her. Let her know how much she means. Listen, boy, it's not automatically a certain guarantee. To ensure yourself, you got to provide communication constantly. When you love someone, you're always insecure. And there's only one good way to reassure. Tell wish you were there. Tell her about it the day before you leave. Pay her some attention, give her something to believe. 'Cause now and then she'll get to worrying, just because you haven't spoken for so long. And though you may not have done anything, will that be a consolation when she's gone? Listen, boy, it's good information from a man who's made mistakes. Just a word or two that she gets from you could be the difference that it makes. She's a trusting soul, she's put her trust in you. You know she put her trust in you. But a girl like that won't tell you what you should do.
Billy Joel, tell her about it. From Radio 2. Steve, can you give a shout out to my son Toby Hewlin, who's 19 today and nursing a viral illness? Oh no. Love from his mum Elaine. Thanks, Elaine. Thanks so much. Never had a shout out on the radio before. Well, now you have. Just a little reminder, you can leave your dedication for this week's Sunday Love Songs on Radio 2's Facebook page, but you need to do it before the end of this show, so you've got about 24 minutes. If you want to send a dedication for love songs for this Sunday morning's programme, go to Facebook and search for Radio 2. The Sunday Love Songs post is right there. Just make sure you comment underneath it before 5.
What you gonna do? You're my discretional sin. I feel you on me when I touch my skin. You got me hooked and you're reeling me in. And I look in your eyes, I'm on the edge. You're on my mind like a song that I can't escape. I don't know how many da-da-dums I can take. I need to know if you're feeling the same. Is it too late? But now it's hard to breathe. I'm not in love, it's just a game we do. I tell myself I'm not that into you, but I don't wanna sleep. It's 3:15. You're in my head like dum dum da 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 da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da. You're my obsession, my truth. I come alive whenever I'm with you. And now I've dialed your number again, and you come over and over, and then you're on my mind like a song that I can't escape. I don't know how many da-da-dums I can take. I need to know if you're feeling the same. Is it too late? But now it's hard to breathe. I'm not in love, it's just a game we do. I tell myself I'm not that into you, but I don't wanna sleep. It's 3:15, and now it's hard to breathe. I'm not in love, it's just a thing we make. We're skin on skin, I need the spell to break, but I don't wanna go, and I know that you know. You're in my head like dum dum da 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 da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da, dum dum da da da, dum dum da da, dum dum da da da. And now it's hard to breathe. We made breathe into you. Breathing we made breathe. And now it's hard to breathe. We made breathe into you. Breathing we made. And now it's hard to breathe. I'm not in love, it's just a game we do. I tell myself I'm not that into you, but I don't wanna sleep. It's 3:15, and now it's hard to breathe.
Now it's guest time again on the big show. BAFTA award winner Alison Janney is here. She's here, look. Now, Alison Janney's Twitter account simply says Mom, Thursday nights at 9, CBS. And her roles in Mum, along with The West Wing and Masters of Sex, have seen her nominated 12 times for Primetime Emmy, and she's won 7 of them. Alison's current project has also earned her numerous awards and nominations, including, of course, the BAFTA for Best Supporting Actress on Sunday for the film I, Tonya, which is based on the real life of former American Olympic figure skater Tonya Harding. The chatter about this film is off the scale. You are awesome in it. Everybody's at the top of their game. What's it all about?
Oh, my God. I'll tell you what it's about, Steve. It's about Tonya Harding, who is an American figure skater. It's a pretty memorable moment in figure skating history because the 1990, well, it was actually, now I'm going to get my dates wrong, but the incident between Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan.
94, I think.
94. And from what most people remember of the story, Tonya Harding somehow paid someone to hit Nancy Kerrigan in the legs so she wouldn't be able to compete.
Who was a competitor,
to her
obviously.
competitor, because she wanted to win, so she took out the competition.
Gives you a pretty good idea about her life, especially, and figure skating, and all of the nonsense around it. And you think, surely they're making this stuff up. But most of it is true.
It's funny, Margot Robbie, who plays Tonya Harding, read the script, and she was like 2 when this incident happened. So she thought it was completely made up, that Stephen Rogers, the screenwriter, had just created the story. And she realized it was all true, which was unbelievable, because the things that happened to her in this movie are just shocking and terribly sad. And you realize what an abusive family that she grew up in, and how she was not embraced by the figure skating community. They didn't think that she was the right image.
Because they thought she was, I don't know, what's the word?
On the wrong side of the tracks.
Right, wrong side of the tracks.
Well, she uses the phrase trailer trash herself.
She does use that herself, and they didn't embrace her. And it really gives you an idea, a more nuanced look at Tonya Harding's life than the narrative that was put out there by the press.
It kind of puts it into perspective as to how she got to that position. And
Yes.
you play her mother. Tell us a little bit about her.
I feel weird talking about her because she is still out there. We couldn't find her when Stephen was researching the movie and interviewed Tonya extensively. Tonya didn't know where her mother was, nor if she was alive or dead, and nor did she care. So there was no love lost between this mother and daughter. It is shocking. It's terribly sad. And then to read the script and see what she apparently did to Tonya. And what's interesting is that Stephen Rogers, who wrote the script, interviewed Tonya and Jeff separately because they still don't speak to each other. Jeff Gillooly is Tonya's ex-husband.
Yeah.
But their stories about everything, their relationship and the incident and everything, were completely contradictory. The only thing they agreed on was who Lavana Harding was and how awful she was to Tonya. And having to portray a lot of this abuse with Margot, and then meeting Tonya at the premiere party in Los Angeles. I hadn't gotten to meet her before I did the movie, and seeing her, and she came up to me and just said, "You nailed my mother." And it just made me want to cry, and I just hugged her because I didn't know what to say to her. I just said, "I'm so sorry that you grew up in that environment. How awful for you." And I don't think that we totally exonerate her in this movie, but I think it just gives you a more nuanced look at her life.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more on I, Tonya with Alison Janney. Don't go away.
Saw you flying by, flash of turquoise blue, I just had to try to keep your life new. My bird of paradise, sweet bird of paradise.
with Alison Janney, Best Supporting Actress winner at Sunday's BAFTAs and star of I, Tonya. 5 o'clock, it's Simon Mayo with Lenny James, Jamie Cullum at 7, Joe Wiley at 8, Bill Kenwright's Golden Years at 10. The Organist entertains with Nigel at 11. Listen to the band at 11:30, and then it's Sounds of the 80s at midnight.
Here in Southern California, there's a weather condition known as the Santa Ana winds.
Fire wind, oh desert wind. She was born in a desert breeze and wind her way through canyon ways, from the desert to the silvery sea. In every direction, see the perfection, see the San Gabriel mountain scene. Santa Ana winds keep blowing across my mind. Santa Ana winds keep blowing across my mind. Fill my sails, oh desert wind, and hold the waves high for me. Then I will come and test my skills where the Santa Ana winds blow free. In waves of elation, my part of creation, becoming one with the boundless sea. Santa Ana wind away across our mind. Santa wind away. Desert wind on my pilgrimage to the sea. I will prevail, I will not fail to breathe life into humanity. My song is creation and rejuvenation, whispering the wisdom in its purity. Santa wind away across my blood.
Recorded interview with Alison Janney, who's starring in I, Tonya, of course. How much of a commentary? I mean, some people say it's a bit of a commentary about the way America either used to be or is even now. Do you see that?
Well, we certainly like to build people up in America and then tear them down.
Yeah.
Watch them.
And maybe not give them the opportunity that they might otherwise deserve as a result of their circumstance.
Yeah, and especially women. And the figure skating world was telling her who she had to be and how she had to act, and to, she had to project a certain image, and Tonya didn't fit into that. And so, she was up against a lot.
Tonya Harding hit the headlines in 1991 for being the first female skater to perform the triple axel variations of it. 3 years later, Tonya was headline news again after she and her husband Jeff were linked with an attack on Nancy Kerrigan. Nancy was another American figure skater whose success looked as if it would stop Tonya being included in the USA Olympics team for the 1994 Winter Olympics in Lillehammer. Now, Tonya, as Alison says, tells the story of Tonya Harding's life based on conflicting interviews with Tonya and her ex-husband Jeff, and interviews and footage of other people in her life.
I wish you could have just given me that to read. read and making me,
You made
tell
Alison
the
explain
story.
it all to the
You made me
staff.
explain the damn thing. Give me that thing.
But,
I'm going to read that.
By the way, can I just say your performance is extraordinary, and it took me at least 20 minutes into the film to realise it was you.
Really?
Well, no, I'm joking. But
you look, I'm so gullible.
It is a transformation, though, isn't it?
It is, and I found it liberating to look that way. I thought I was going to be horrified when I went through the 3 hours of hair and makeup, and I knew they were going to age me up, and I thought, really? Because I already feel like I'm so old. We just do it? And then they do
the
that.
parrot on the ear.
And the parrot was obsessed with the breathing tube that I put in, because I smoked through the whole movie, and then we get to the bird scene, and the bird handler said, "You can't smoke around the bird," and the director was like, "You have to. She smoked the whole movie. We can't."
And the bird's an actor.
And the bird is an actor, and I was like, "Wait a minute, hold up. I'm going to be, protect this bird." And right before we shot the scene, I asked the prop man if he had a oxygen tank and breathing tube, because it made sense that Levana would have emphysema after, And the not funny thing is, the real Levana didn't even smoke, but Stephen wrote this line in the beginning of the movie where Julianne Nicholson's character comes up and says, "There's no smoking, in the rink," and Levana says, "Oh, well, I'll smoke it quietly then." And literally, that's the reason why she smokes, is for that line.
And when did you work on the new series of Mum then?
We are still currently filming Mom. Our season ends in March. We'll be ending season 5, and we've I think our 100th episode just aired recently. So we've really hit a great mile marker there in that show, and I hope I get to come back and do many more seasons. It's a really terrific show. I'm proud of it, and it's a great job to have.
And do you think if it weren't for the West Wing, we wouldn't have a lot of other political style shows that we have these days?
Yeah, I think that everyone owes the West Wing a great deal of gratitude, and I like to think that that's why.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone would have taken a risk on doing a show about politics. None of us actually thought, even though we thought it was good, we didn't think that people were going to want to watch it and that it wouldn't be popular, and boy, were we wrong.
You can see Alison Janney starring in I, Tonya, rated 15. Alison Janney, everybody. Here's a clip.
Levana. It's Levana.
I'm so sorry, but there's no smoking on the ice.
Oh, well, I'll smoke it quietly then. This here is my daughter, Tanya.
Mrs. Harding, I told you on the phone.
I know what you told me, only you never seen her skate.
I don't train beginners.
All she does is talk about skating all day and night. Can't shut her up about it. So it's easier for me to put her on ice, if you know what I mean. And we figure with the right training, she can make the most of her gift, like ice capades maybe one day or something.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. And there goes my mind racing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. There goes my hand shaking, and you are the reason. My heart keeps bleeding, and I need you now. And if I could turn back the clock, I'd make sure the light defeated the dark. I'd spend every hour of every day keeping you safe.
Callum Scott.
I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken.
Sounds a bit like Sam Smith.
'Cause I need you.
GlasgowS.com in News from the Net says Summer Sessions concert coming to Edinburgh. Headliners Tom Jones, Rag and Bone Man and Paloma Faith have already been announced. And Kylie to sing her greatest hits on Saturday Night Takeaway, says RadioTimes.com. Excellent. Now it's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. Belfast, M1 on the westbound side. Accident at 3 for Dunmurray means one lane is shut. Glasgow, M8 on the westbound side at 15 for Townhead. Broken down lorries blocked a lane causing queues. And the M6 now southbound 17 to 16. Sandbach down towards Stoke-on-Trent. We've got stationary traffic. There's a police incident. I'm waiting for more information, but they are holding the traffic between 17 and 16. So big queues building behind it. The M60 anti-clockwise still busy 5 to 1. Stockport Pyramid and back to Princess Parkway following the earlier bump. A1M southbound, Normand Cross. We had 2 lanes closed with a vehicle fire, 16 to 15, down towards Sawtree. Now, they're in the process of recovering it. There's another lane open, but still big queues. And then finally, M25 clockwise. We've got queuing from 11 around to 16 following a second bump. And then anti-clockwise, it's busy from 17 to 11 at Chertsey as well. Back with more just after the news with Simon.
Thank you, Bobby.
See a leader. It's complicated if you make it confiscated. You're all around, shouting, sounding like a river. I through my mind all the time, it's never over. A ship sink or lose the links, but you're a keeper. A days and trees been will last forever. I'm up and late, I can't sleep, searching for treasure. You're running around my head like 1,000 miles per hour. Yeah, I'm falling. Yeah, I'm taking a tumble. A message. You're all alone in your home, that's what I'm guessing. It takes time for my mind to think it over. About a minute till I'm knocking on your front door. Yeah, I'm falling. Yeah, I'm taking a tumble. I'm falling head over heels for you. Yeah, I'm falling. Yeah, I'm taking a stumble.
Stereophonics, Taken a Tumble. It's going to be Simon and others with Lenny James. After 5, of course, after the news. With us tomorrow, Tim Small. That's Tim Spall, Camila Cabello and Greta Gerwig. Good lineup. Laters.
News at 5 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. The High Court has ruled that doctors can withdraw life support from a 21-month-old boy despite opposition from his parents. The UN relief agency UNICEF says it's outraged at the killing of children by Syrian forces bombing of a suburb of Damascus. A woman who abused an ambulance crew who parked outside her house has been fined. A High Court judge has ruled that doctors in Liverpool can stop providing life support to a young boy, Alfie Evans, against his parents' wishes. Kate James and Tom Evans have been fighting a legal battle to keep their son alive. They can appeal against the judge's decision. Charlotte Gallagher reports from the High Court in London.
Alfie Evans is 21 months old but has spent much of his life at Alderhay Children's Hospital. He suffers from a degenerative neurological disorder which has never been officially diagnosed. Doctors say he cannot feel, hear or see and is on a ventilator. The judge today laid out the evidence from various medical experts who say his condition is catastrophic and untreatable. Alfie's parents want him to be transferred to a hospital in Rome linked to the Vatican, but Alderhay doctors say the journey could kill him and say further treatment would be futile and inhumane. The judge today paid tribute to Alfie's parents, but said Alderhay should be allowed to withdraw intensive care as there was no prospect of further treatment.
Syrian government forces are continuing to bomb a rebel-held suburb of Damascus where activists say up to 200 people have been killed since Sunday night. Local people say children are among the dead. The United Nations relief agency UNICEF said it had no words to express the children's suffering and its outrage. Syria's chief opposition negotiator, Nasser al-Hariri, condemned the attacks.
While the Syrian people seek the basic human rights, democracy and the freedom, the Syrian regime, with the direct support of Russia and Iran, have turned Ghouta into a bloodbath of innocent women and children. What's happening in Ghouta is a war crime.
Oxfam has revealed it's investigating 26 cases of alleged sexual misconduct, including 10 in the UK, in the wake of the Haiti scandal. Appearing before MPs, the charity's chief executive, Mark Goldring, apologised wholeheartedly for remarks he made last week when he appeared to downplay the use of prostitutes by Oxfam staff in Haiti by saying no one had murdered babies in their cots. Mr Goldring was asked by the Conservative MP Nigel Evans how many subscriptions had been cancelled following the revelations.
I think about 7,000 individuals have cancelled a regular donation to Oxfam over the last 10 days.
Right, so it's a massive impact. And any corporate sponsors severed their connections?
Corporate sponsors at the moment are reserving judgment.
The Brexit Secretary David Davis has told business leaders in Vienna that the UK doesn't want to undermine its neighbours when it leaves the EU. In the latest of a series of speeches by cabinet ministers, Mr Davis said that the UK wanted to lead the way on rights and on standards. Labour said his assurance was not worth the paper it was written on. One of Scotland's largest councils has approved a scheme to provide free lunches to children from low-income households on every day of the year. North Lanarkshire Council says the scheme will help tackle what it calls weekend and holiday hunger. A pilot scheme will begin this spring. Signalling problems have been causing major disruption to rail services in and out of Glasgow's Queen Street station. ScotRail says engineers are working to fix the faults. A woman who verbally abused an ambulance crew who parked outside her house while they answered a 999 call has been fined by magistrates. Kirsty Sharman, who's 26 and comes from Stoke-on-Trent, pleaded guilty to using threatening or abusive language. Tom Burridge has more details.
The crew from West Midlands Ambulance Service were treating a woman who had trouble breathing, but while the ambulance was parked outside, a neighbour, Kirsty Sharman, wrote a note on the rear windscreen. She used a swear word and wrote, "You have no right to be parked here." Then, when the ambulance crew returned to their vehicle to take the patient to hospital, Kirsty Sharman shouted verbal abuse, telling them to move their ambulance. Today in court, Sharman's solicitor apologised on her behalf. The magistrate, who ordered her to pay a £120 fine plus legal costs, described the incident as a despicable act.
In the city, the 100 share index closed almost unchanged at 72.48, and the weather tonight will be mainly dry. Tomorrow will be sunny across the north and west after early mist and fog clears away. Southern and eastern areas will be cloudier and mainly dry. Top temperatures tomorrow, 9 Celsius in London and Belfast, 8 in Edinburgh and Cardiff. BBC News at exactly 5:05.
Well, it is now. Nice timing, thank you, Harvey.
BBC Radio.
beautiful bulletin. Thank you, Steve.
Mayo, Simon Mayo.
Alison Janney was great.
Drive time's on and we're on our way home.
And Rodigan. What a master he is. Anyway, what have we got here? Paul Weller tonight. There's T-shirt seller. All right, T-shirt seller. That'll be a good one. Successful chiropodist visit. There's Stephen. Always good to know.
Enjoy yourself.
Onions. No more.
It's later than you feel.
That was a Proclaimers line. Yogurt down trousers. There's Helen. That's a catastrophe. Emergency ice cream failure. There's Rebecca. 5 years beyond the sell-by. Apparently that's not good. In the murky light, it's drive time here at Radio 2. What have you got there? Well, I've got some Madonna, if that's all right.